Welcome guys for our new topic for today, adding and subtracting similar fractions. Similar fraction are fractions with the same denominator. You can add and subtract like fraction easily. Simply add or subtract the numerators and write the sum over the common denominator. For example, we have 711 plus 2 11s. Okay, so as you can see, our first examples are similar fractions. We have the same denominator, which is 11. So we can directly copy the denominator 11. Then look at our numerator 7 and 2 here. So we can directly add those numerators. So 7 plus 2 equals 9. Next example, we have 313 plus 5 13ths. So copy the denominator, then add the numerator. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Next, we have 4 fifths plus 3 fifths. So copy the denominator 5, then add 4 and 3, which is equal to 7. So now we have 7 fifths. This is a improper fraction, so we should convert it into mixed fraction. We can get the 1 and 2 fifths. So check our previous video on how to convert improper mixed fraction into our improper fraction into mixed fraction. Adding mixed number. So we have here 1 and 2 7 plus 3 and 3 7. So first, in order for us to be less convenient, we can directly copy our denominator 7. So we can focus on our whole number and numerator. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. Then 2 plus 3 equals 5. So our answer is 4 and 5 sevenths. Next example, we have 3 and 4 9s plus 2 and 7 9s. Okay, so copy our denominator 9. Then add the whole number. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Then add the numerator 4 and 7 equals 11. Then we have 5, 11, and 9. So we should reduce it or convert it into another, the 11 nines here, the 11 nines. Here, the 11 nines. This is improper, so we should convert it into mix. So we can, our 5 as a whole number should be added by a number divided in our 11 9, which is the result in our converting improper into mix. So the answer is 6 and 2 9s. So again, if you don't know how to convert improper to mix, so check our previous video on converting fractions. Next, adding whole number and mixed numbers. This is so easy, guys. So if you see a whole number added to a fraction, so you can directly put the 5 or mix the whole number into our mix. So the answer is 5 and 1/2. Any number, guys, any whole number added to a fraction is always just copy or combine those two. So 5 and 1/2. Next, subtraction. First example are proper fractions. So we have here 6 7 minus 5 7. So again, we have similar fraction. Just copy the denominator 7, then subtract directly our numerator, which is 6 and 5. 6 minus 5 equals 1 7. Okay, next, subtracting mixed number. So our next example are mixed numbers. We have 7 and 3 fifths minus 5 and 2 fifths. So again, the same, similar fraction, copy our denominator, subtract our whole number, which is our 7 and 5. We can get the 2. Then our numerator 3 and 2, resulting to 1. Next guys, subtracting mixed number with regrouping. With regrouping means we need to borrow, same as our usual operation in subtracting numbers. For example, we have 10, 2, 7 minus 5, 6, 7. So, as you can see, we cannot directly subtract the 2 and 6 because 6 is greater than 2. So, it can't be done by subtracting. We should borrow from our whole number and then add it to our numerator so that we can subtract it by 6. So, take a look at this. So, we will borrow in our 10 to 7. So, our 10 to 7 will be 977 because in rule in fraction, if we have the same numerator and denominator, it should be considered as 1. So 1 plus 9 is equal to 10, which is our 10 here. So we only borrowed 1. Then 1 means 7 over 7. So you should follow our denominator. So copy the denominator and make it a unit fraction, which is 7 over 7. So next, so our new fraction is 9. So after borrowing from 10, so we can get the 7. So add the 7 and 2, so we can get the 9. 9 and 9, 7 minus 5. Now we can subtract our 9 and 6 because 9 is now greater than 6. Then copy the denominator 7, subtract the whole numbers 9 and 5. We have 4. Then our numerator 9 and 6, which is 3. Next, whole number and a proper fraction. The same in the previous example. We will borrow in our whole number 14 and will base in our numerator. So our 14 will be 13. Then borrow from our denominator 7, which is 7 over 7. So this should be considered as 14. So let's proceed. So 14, we will borrow in our 14, so we can get the 13. Then use the denominator 7, 7 minus 3, 7. So now we can subtract our fraction. So 13 minus nothing, which is 13. So copy the denominator 7. So 13 minus nothing, which is 13. Then 7 minus 3, which is 4. Okay, practice guys. We have here 3, 24 plus 8, 24. So you can pause this video if you want to practice and resume the video if you want to check your answer. So again, this is similar fraction. We can directly copy the denominator 24 and add our numerator 3 plus 8, which is 11. Next, we have 13. So copy the 13, then add the numerator 6 and 9. We can get 15 over 13. Or convert into mix 1 and 2 13ths. Next, so the rules are copy the denominator, add the whole number, and add the numerator. We can get the 10 4/5. And the next one is the same, similar fraction. Okay, copy the denominator, add the whole number, and add the numerators. Next, practice in subtraction. Okay, again guys, pause the video if you want to practice and resume the video if you want to check your answers. Similar fractions, just copy the denominator and follow the operation. 6 minus 2. No, sorry. This is an error because 6 minus 2 is 4. It should be 4. 6 minus 2 should be 4. there's an error in our presentation. Okay, next. Seven and 813 minus 2 and 513. We can get the 5 and 3/15. Next, 11 and 2/5 minus 5 and 4/5. Subtract the whole number and subtract the numerator. But for this example, so again, take note guys, we can't subtract 2 and 4 because 4 is greater than 2, so we need to borrow in our 11. Then based on our, and you should base in our denominator to be added in our numerator, which is 5. So 5 plus 2 should be 7. Okay, we can get the 5 and 3/5. Next, 6 minus 2, 7. So again, borrow in our whole number 6. So it will be 5. Then based on our denominator, should be 7/7. Okay, so the answer is 5 and 5/7. That's all for today. So I hope you learned something in adding and subtracting similar fractions. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel, and don't hesitate to comment down below if you want something to be featured in our next video. Thank you guys. God bless and have a nice day.